It's close enough. Hey, everybody. This meeting is now being recorded. Good evening. Glad you're all here. Glad you're listening to the recording if you're doing that. So what I want to talk about tonight is, first of all, I've updated the grade book. I have, don't be alarmed if you have asked me to exempt something and you now have a 0 for that, okay? Don't be alarmed because I haven't gone in and done the exemptions yet, okay? If you filled out the form and asked me to exempt something for you, I will exempt that. And don't forget, the grade book will be updated, and you after you take your final exam, you'll know exactly what you have in this class, okay? And the earlier you take the final, the earlier you'll know, okay? Because it's going to open up that week of, I think I've got it opening on December 2nd. I'll check this in just a second. The week of December 2nd. So as soon as you take it, you'll know what you have in this class, and if you have any questions, anything I need to fix, hopefully by then there won't be anything left for me to fix. We'll have all that squared away. But you'll know what grade I'm going to post that'll go on your official transcript, okay? So you'll have plenty of time, you know, to see, and if I've neglected to do something, then you know, we can work that out. So what was due on Sunday was a few things. The Union Dissolves worksheet, the Civil War worksheet, and your participant diary for your service learning project, okay? So once you submitted that participant diary, that opened up the discussion questions, and hopefully you guys are going in there this week. I haven't even checked to see who's doing what. Hopefully you're going in there and writing some thoughtful answers. Okay, in this class, no, nobody's writing anything. I have 4 people. That's not cool. Is that right? No. Yeah, that is right. 4 people have completed it in the V01 class. Okay, so it's not due till Sunday, so okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and share my desktop that way. To share. Okay. I am now sharing the desktop. Now this is V01, okay? And yes, I only have 4 participants, but one of the questions that I've been asked, and I hope I've explained this, it's 150 to 200 words per question. All right? So question 1, ABC, is 150, what did I say? 150 to 200 words. Question 2, ABC, is 150 to 200 words. Question 3, ABC, 150 to 200 words. Okay? Yay, okay. So, okay, Keely, you just said that you were currently filling those questions out. And maybe that's what a lot of you are doing. Since it is so much, then you're taking your time and being very thoughtful and reflecting on your experience, which is good. Also, next week, right, what is going to be due is what we're calling the auto photography presentation. And I said to you that you could use these titles here, these questions, as titles for your slides. That's perfectly fine, okay? If you want to have, 9 slides, because there's 1 ABC, 2 ABC, and 3 ABC. If you want to have 9 slides and put these questions as the titles of your slides, that's perfectly fine. If you have some other idea as to how you want to present your project, that's fine too. Okay, so hopefully there are no questions about that. The main questions that I've been getting is, the main question I'm getting is, do I have to write 150 words per question? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, and that is correct, Tucker. So like for question 1 right here, question 1 is ABC, 150 to 200 words. Okay. Thoughtful, reflecting. I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. Okay. So I want to make sure that you do this. Okay. I'm going to backtrack a little bit and talk to you about this exempt work for service learning hours form that I filled out, set up here for you. And has anybody tried to fill out the form embedded here? Is that working? Because I know somebody emailed me and said that when you try to do it here, it's not working, but if you click on the link, it is, or something like that. Has anybody? Okay. So hopefully that's working out for you. If you don't know if you're in VO1 or VO2, good, thank you, Keely. If you don't know if you're in VO1 or VO2, when you go to your Cougar View homepage and you see the list of your courses, and you see the Statue of Liberty, because that's our course, it's going to tell you U.S. History 2, 1865, VO1 or VO2. Okay, mine's a little bit different because I have more courses, but this is what it's going to show you. So that's where you find out if you're VO1 or VO2. Okay. As I said before, I updated the grade book, and I put zeros in for work not completed, but what I have not done is gone and found out who filled out the form. And by the way, when I looked at the form earlier today, there were only 16 people who had filled out this form. 8 from each class, actually. Okay, so I mean, if you want credit for this, I'm willing to give it to you. And so I'm willing to give you, an exemption for that. Of course, you're still responsible for knowing the material in any of this. Everything that we've studied since the midterm, which starts right here with the Federalists, if I'm not mistaken, Federalists and Anti-Federalists, short answer questions. All of this stuff is fair game for the final exam. So your final exam will be I'm going to start here, and then I go to course syllabus. This is going to give us our course schedule. Semester feels like it just flew by, don't you think? Final exam is December the 2nd through the 8th. Okay, grades are due the 10th. So if you wait until December 8th to do your final exam and you finish it and then you don't have the grade that you want, and then you go start to look back and you realize, oh, there was a mistake here, Ms. Stokes should have done something, and you dilly-dally about contacting me, grades are due on the 10th. So this is only going to give us 2 days, right? Of course, if you do it on the 2nd, then you'll know right away as well. If you complete the final exam on the 2nd, then you will essentially be done with the class. Who else has a question? Anybody else? The only thing I did with the service learning, the participant diary, was I went in and I put zeros in for people who did not turn it in on Sunday. I haven't graded any of them yet, of those of you who turned it in. What about the final assessment? Well, yeah, that's due next week, the PowerPoint presentation. I'm not sure what you're asking, Tucker. Okay, so for the PowerPoint presentation, if I come up here to assessments and then assignments, and I look at the auto photography presentation, if I have to go into it like this. You won't go into it like this, but all right, there are the instructions right there. You're asked to document your experience, and that's what you did with the picture taking and the video. So you have here some criteria. Put your pictures or your video, or you can make a video. Your description should be in the range of 150 to 200 words. And so if you don't know what to put on your PowerPoint, if this is tripping you up right here, well, I don't know what you mean by my description. Tell me about the things, people, or actions in the photos or video. Your description should be, okay, if you're not sure what I mean by that, or if you're not sure what you're supposed to put when I say, tell me about the things, people, or actions in the photos or the video, then what you can do is use these titles, right, from your discussion question to guide your PowerPoint, to put as your titles for your slides. Or in 150 to 200 words, you can summarize this for the presentation. Does that make sense, Tucker? Not necessarily, no. No, for the presentation, the word count is 150 to 200 words for the whole presentation. Okay. That's good, Tucker. Who else has a question? Is next week, okay, so next week we are going to have another live session, and then the week after that, we're not going to have a live session during Thanksgiving week, obviously. Yeah, so you're going to get Thanksgiving week off, and then you'll come back and your final exam will be ready. You can take that, and then You're done. You're done with me at least. Yeah, I feel like this semester flew by also. I've been busy though. I've been very busy. Oh, also, evaluations have just come out, okay? Or they will be coming out. And so you'll be harassed every time you log into Cougar View about doing an evaluation. So please do those, okay? Because I do read them and I try to objectively, look at what you write. So that's really the only way I know how well the course is working, okay? So please fill one of those out for me. I don't necessarily offer up any extra credit or anything, but I will be posting some extra credit because some people have asked for that. Keely, you're asking if any of the past class service learning projects are available to view. If I'm not mistaken, Keely, I think I promised that to you guys, and I have not delivered on that. Let me see if I can get something. What I don't have is a participant diary, a discussion question, and a PowerPoint presentation because the way I'm doing this service learning project this semester is different than I've ever done it before. Okay, but let me see what I can find as for as far as people have completed it in the past. I know I have some presentations. So just quickly, just tell me, since we have just a few minutes, I mean, really, that's all I was going to say to you guys for this evening. But just, real quickly, just tell me, did you find the service learning experience to be useful to you in learning history? And when you ask somebody a question like that, there is no right or wrong answer. You know, you're not going to get a bad grade because you don't think so. I mean, it's not. It's an opinion type question. You can't really argue with somebody's opinion. If they feel that way, they feel that way. You did, Keely. Thank you. Good. Good. Well, I know it's only 7:18, but like I said, that's all I have for you guys. And if you would like to, um, you're free to go if you so choose, or I'll hang out here. Hi, Jasmine. I'll hang out here for a little while longer if you just want to hang out. Jasmine, how are you doing tonight? Thank you, Tucker. You have a good night too. Thank you for coming. Bye, bye, Tina. Thanks for coming. It started at 7. I went over a few things, Jasmine. Is there anything, did you have any questions about anything? I updated the grade book, but I have not added the exempted work. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if you are familiar with the form that's on the home page, this exemption form right here, okay? If you fill that out and you want to be exempted for some assignments, I have not done that yet, okay? But I will. Oh, the quiz, the short answer questions from quiz 1. Okay, yeah. I'll make sure I get those graded. Have a good night.